A dilemma between love, loyalty, and truth. My boyfriend and I have been together for 6 months, and it's been a whirlwind of joy, shared experiences, and growth. What makes our relationship special isn't just the bond between us, but also the closeness I've developed with his friends. No, not just friends, his cousins, his childhood buddies, and his business partners. These aren't random people. They're his inner circle, the people he's been with through thick and thin, and I've been lucky enough to become a part of it. I live right next door to my boyfriend and his friends, so we're practically inseparable. We hang out almost every day. Whether it's cooking together, joking around, or brainstorming ideas for their business, I've become one of them. I'm the youngest, so they've always treated me like a little sister, giving me advice when I needed it, teasing me about the small things, and making sure I'm comfortable in every way. At first, I felt like an outsider, like I had to prove myself. But over time, they embraced me fully. And believe me, I never once had any interest in anyone else but my boyfriend. I've made that crystal clear, both to him and to the rest of the group. My relationship with each of them has been purely platonic, built on mutual respect and care. One of the closest people to my boyfriend, his best friend, is like a brother to him. Their bond is something I deeply respect and admire. They've known each other for years, longer than I've even known my boyfriend. They've built a business together from scratch, gone through hardships together, and have a connection I know I'll never fully comprehend. They are family, even if not by blood. I've always been happy for my boyfriend, knowing he has someone he can lean on so fully. But recently, something happened, something that shook me to my core. His best friend had been going through a rough time. He had just broken up with his girlfriend of over a year. We all knew about it, but he didn't talk much about it, keeping things to himself as usual. One night, after we all had dinner together, he pulled me aside. His tone was casual, nothing alarming. At first, I thought he wanted advice or maybe to vent about his breakup. But instead, he asked me something that caught me off guard. With a straight face, he asked, "Do you want to sleep with me?" I froze. It wasn't like he was joking or testing me. He was serious but casual, like it wasn't a big deal. He even said he'd take care of everything. No one would know, and I wouldn't have to worry about anything. For a split second, I didn't know how to react. This was my boyfriend's best friend, the guy he trusted most in the world. But in that moment, I was clear. I said, "No, I'm good." He didn't push. He simply nodded and said, "Okay, I just thought I'd ask." That was it. He didn't make it awkward, didn't get angry, didn't try to explain himself. The conversation moved back to normal, back to work like nothing had happened. But for me, everything had changed. I've been torn ever since. I can't shake the feeling of discomfort. Not just because of what he asked, but because of what it could mean for my relationship with my boyfriend. Should I tell him? If I do, I risk breaking a bond that's existed for years, possibly even longer than I've been alive. His best friend isn't just someone he hangs out with, he's the person he trusts more than anyone. They've built their business together from the ground up. They've shared every success and failure. What would it mean if I were the one to shatter that trust? And what if my boyfriend sees me differently afterward? What if, even unintentionally, he starts to doubt me? Starts to wonder if I somehow encouraged it? Or worse, if something might happen in the future? I don't want to be the cause of his distrust, whether it's of me or his best friend. On the other hand, if I stay silent, I carry this secret, a secret that could gnaw at me every time we're all together. Every time I see them laughing, working side by side, I'll be reminded of the fact that his best friend once crossed a line that shouldn't have been crossed. I wonder, will his best friend ever mention it to him? Will he regret asking me that? Or will he move on, thinking I've swept it under the rug, never to be spoken of again? I've always been the type to value honesty above everything else. But in this situation, I'm stuck. If I tell my boyfriend, I risk disrupting the balance of everything. Their friendship, their business, our relationship. If I don't, I risk carrying a weight I'm not sure I can bear. I don't know what the right choice is. Maybe there's no easy answer. Maybe in the end, I'll have to trust that my boyfriend will understand that none of this was my doing. But I also fear that bringing it up will open a door that can never be closed again. What should I do? Should I protect the bond my boyfriend has with his best friend? Or do I take the risk and tell him the truth, knowing it could change everything?